Here we are after the 7 days citizenship program. Yeah bro, you heard it right. I became a citizen of the newest country on earth, spending 7 days actively helping other settlers in the process of building this nation. In the last video I showed you this epic week I spent in Liberland, this new country in Europe that is making a lot of noise. Bro, if you haven't watched the video yet, go check it out right now and come back here afterwards. In this video,
we're trying to build a civilized society that removes this barbaric habit of throwing people in jail if they don't pay taxes.
A few months ago we had a real wooden house, kitchen, running water, electricity. Forest company came and destroyed everything. Little by little we are rebuilding.
Right now we would really appreciate people that are skillful or people that can easily learn.
As I showed you in the last video, Liberland was getting flooded. Just look at Liberty Island completely underwater. The road we were using to bike was submerged as well. And the only way to get back to land was through the Croatian port of Batina, by boat. I have to say, the weather was still great, and it was a pleasure to go get supplies flying back and forth on the Danube River. On my last day, we were supposed to bring new settlers to replace my friend Moy and me. The new settlers were a couple from South Africa, and it was their first time in Europe. They were very tired because after a long flight they landed in Austria and came directly to Liberland. So we tried to bring them to Yacht House. We're currently trying to bring new settlers, but the police is stopping us. As you can see. Say hi. It would have been more appropriate to ask them to say goodbye instead, since they were actually arrested. As I told you, Croatian police have been trying many ways to prevent people from accessing the land. But after joining the Schengen area, they cannot do much anymore to European citizens. But for people coming from abroad, well, let's just say that they always try to find an excuse, okay? In the South African couple case, the excuse was that they didn't have a legal address in Croatia. But bro, don't worry. After some time at the police station, they were released with 7 days to leave the country. Just perfect for the 7-day citizenship program, right? So we brought them to Liberland and it was time to celebrate. Give me all hands! Let's go! Yeah, it was a lot of fun. But my 7 days were over and it was time to meet the president at Liberland's headquarters. It's in Serbia, on the other side of the Danube River, in a beautiful infrastructure named ARC. It's a huge multifunctional structure that Liberland uses for official interviews, organizing dinners, summer sports, chess tournaments, conferences, and there's even a Liberland school in there. I mean, you get the idea, right? We are here in the company with these beautiful people that are the president of this wonderful new nation and 3 of the oldest settlers, right? Because you have been there for more than 3 months?
Yeah, 3 months.
Tell us a little bit about you.
I am Quentin.
What are you doing mostly on Liberland?
Now I am a captain of freedom. I drive people with boat.
So there's a new boat that you can now use to bring supplies and people around?
Yeah, because we cannot access by car, we can only access by bike or by boat, but by boat we cannot park on Liberland, so we park on the yacht house that is like 500 meters from Liberland, and then we can bring the supplies and everything to Liberland.
This thing Quentin is talking about, it's very interesting. Basically, since Croatia does not recognize Liberland, it feels entitled to do whatever it wants on this no man's land, including putting up signs that says that you cannot dock, and then constantly patrolling around, forcing you to follow these rules, or risk getting arrested instead.
You can see the police behind you.
Yeah.
They're chasing you.
Can you tell us how was it 3 months ago, how is it today, and what's changing in the between?
Well, 3 months ago we had a real wooden house, kitchen, running water, electricity, we had everything. Then forest company came and destroyed everything, and little by little we are rebuilding and gaining more confidence.
How many people you have seen coming already to Liberland in these 3 months?
Since the first day I came, a lot of people, because during the first settlement when I arrived it was like 30 people, and since there, I don't know, maybe 80, 90.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
What is settlement for you? Why do you think it's so important?
It's to show the world that it's not a joke. It's we actually are living here and we are doing things. It's to show the people it's a real country. We actually have a permanent population, so it's not some kind of hippies in the forest.
All right. Great, thank you, Quentin. Sarah.
It was my first visit in September for Mr. President's birthday, and since September I'm just going to Liberland and back to Czech Republic like every 2 weeks.
But now you're getting more
Now
stable,
I'm getting
right?
more and more Liberlandish.
All right. If before there was a system that was about reaching by land because of recent floodings, right now we have a system to bring people with the boat, so it's much easier for them to reach the island. And this is gonna get better and better, right, President?
For sure. And now it's quite nice challenge because the water in Liberland is the highest in the last, I think, 6 years right now.
All right.
It was very high 6 years ago. There is our brave settler Nikola and now also Mr. Lahvac that are taking care of our permanent presence in Marina. But today we will also have scouts going to see what was going on in the center of Liberland, in the Jefferson Square, where we are actually actively building the basement. We brought hydro isolation and we'll bring regular isolation, and we want to start building the brick house on top of it whenever the weather allows. And it's actually great weather. If we didn't have flooding, we would already be a long way.
There was a lot of sun. People will see in the video, there's a lot of sun these past days. Even though there are these floodings, people can safely access the platforms and boats that we have there. So this is something people should know. You can still come and visit, even though there is this flooding process happening, because everything is secured. There's place for people to stay, to sleep, and
Krakow is ready to welcome visitors. Swan as well. We can comfortably host a couple people, and we need those permanent visitors. And we're planning really big expansion. We are starting to build more houseboats like Swan. We actually want to build more school. We want to get the marina properly up and running. We just need to fight a little bit more with the bureaucracy that Croatia is putting against us. And by the way, yes, we're quite successful. It seems that many of the cases will make it to the second degree instance of Croatian court, and that we will also get our remedy for the stolen and destroyed stuff that Croatia, I think, a little bit without thinking about it too much, created this mess back in September.
Awesome. Thank you. Can we hear something else from the settlers?
My name is Hringur and I'm from Iceland. I've been in Liberland for the past 90 days with maybe 10, 11 days where I went out.
We've got a great case. We've got the Hringur finger case. That's what you're famous for now.
So Hringur made a middle finger to a camera that was outside of Croatian territory, and because of this, he got persecuted by the Croatian police, right?
Exactly.
By the way, there is this funny thing in your paper which says that you have committed crimes against civilization, right? and I really like this phrase from Herman Dans Hoppe, that the taxes are the price we pay for failing to build a civilized society. And yet you have been charged for crimes against civilization. I think this is the main point about Liberland, right? We're trying to build a civilized society that removes this barbaric habit of throwing people in jail if they don't pay taxes. So we really don't want to have that in Liberland. People will contribute as much as they feel like, and they will be shareholders of the society that they are creating or co-creating. And I think that's the main message that we need to keep sending out, because people don't realize the things that we're standing for here. We're in this very important time when we need to simply stand up for what we believe in and make a stronghold in Liberland, invite more people to come, start building more exciting things, and I hope you will help me to build exciting kids park. Also, we are here at ARC. We will always test everything here. And then we'll bring it to the other side. So next week we are also building zip lines. That will be fun. We want to have a lot of water sports in Liberland. We want to start building this hotel. That would be also fun as a second phase of development next year.
There's a lot of things to do.
So there is plenty of things to do.
Who are the people that you would say that should come if they are ready to be part of this project?
Right now we would really appreciate people that are skillful or people that can easily learn. And I hope this is a group of people that can easily learn. But we need more mentors that can show how to get things done. We need to start building things more firmly with concrete, and we need to be really starting to create the institutions properly, like Liberland security, like Liberland justice system, all the things that are necessary for the statehood. We are not taking any land from Croatia because it's not Croatia's land. If they will ever take this land into Croatia, they are going to lose a much bigger border dispute with Serbia. And the people have to understand that we're bringing enormous economic benefit, enormous ideological benefit. We really know that freedom works. It brings people together, it brings prosperity and all of these things. And it doesn't really matter where you're on the planet. You don't really have to have oil field under you. it really matters what kind of governance system you have. And I really hope that, of course, that these ideas will start vibrating in the regions around Liberland, and it will inspire people to move in, and it will really help both Croatia and Serbia to economically grow.
Perfect. Thank you. That's awesome.
After 7 days in Liberland, what do you think of your experience? Do you have some things to say?
Well, one thing that is common between many settlers that I met is that you come because you're curious and you want to figure out what's going on because of the project itself and how interesting and beautiful it is. And then you want to stay and you want to improve it and you want to find a way to help and contribute. So I recommend everybody to come, because when you do, your curiosity will develop into something else. You will start to feel part of a group of people that have same interest and want to actually build something that is functioning and is good for the people.